So let's talk about environmental studies. And look, it's way more than just a class you might take in school. It's really a critical way of understanding our planet, our role on it, and how we can actually build a better future. At the very heart of this entire topic is one huge, fundamental question that has shaped all of human history. Are we just one species among millions? Or are we the masters of this planet? The answer we choose has some pretty profound consequences. Okay, so to really figure out where we're going, we've got to first understand where we came from. And, well, for centuries, the way we viewed our planet was, let's just say, dangerously wrong. For a long, long time, we operated under this big illusion of dominance, that nature's resources were infinite and were just there for us to take. This mindset, as you can imagine, led to massive environmental damage. The reality, which we now understand is absolutely crucial for our own survival, is that we're just one part of an incredibly intricate web. Our well-being is completely 100% tied to the health of the entire ecosystem. I mean, just think about it for a second. The environment gives us everything we need to live. The air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat. It's not some separate thing out there. It is our life support system, and we are entirely dependent on it. So what happens when you take that flawed perspective of dominance and you combine it with modern technology and a growing population? Well, the consequences suddenly became impossible to ignore, and it sounded a global wake-up call. You know, for most of human history, our impact was pretty localized, but the 20th century, it changed everything. The Industrial Revolution expanded our influence, and then, in just the last 50 years, that influence just exploded. It became this powerful global force that now affects the entire planet's systems. And the results of that global influence are serious, and they're long-lasting. We're not talking about temporary problems here. We're talking about greenhouse gases that will persist for centuries, an ozone layer that's going to take generations to heal, and species that are gone forever. The stakes really couldn't be any higher. In response to this crisis, a new field of study had to emerge. And it wasn't just some academic exercise. No, this was a necessary tool. It was a science of survival. So what is environmental studies exactly? Well, a great way to think about it comes from John Turk. It's a field with a two-part mission. First, to understand our planet and our impact on it. And second, and this is the really important part, to actively search for solutions to the problems we've created. So it's both a study and a call to action. The very nature of this field is designed to tackle the problem. It has to be comprehensive, looking at both living and non-living things, everything from microbes to mountain ranges. It embraces complexity because it's all about these interdependent relationships. It's constantly evolving as our challenges change. And ultimately, its purpose is beneficial, to manage our resources for a healthy planet and a healthy society. Now, a problem this complex and comprehensive can't be solved by just one type of expert. No way. It requires a diverse team, equipped with a multidisciplinary toolkit. And what a team it is. You obviously need the geologists and chemists, but you also need economists to model the costs of action and inaction, and sociologists to understand how communities are affected. You even need lawyers and mathematicians. Environmental studies brings all these different fields together to tackle the problem from every single angle. But here's the thing. This isn't just about experts in labs and universities. Solving these problems requires everyone's involvement. Public awareness is the engine that drives political will and turns all that scientific knowledge into real-world action. This brings us to the ultimate goal, the guiding star for all of this work, creating what's known as a sustainable future. Back in 1987, the Brundtland Commission gave us this landmark definition that really changed everything. It's a simple but incredibly powerful idea. It's all about balance. How do we live well today without stealing from our children and grandchildren? To achieve this balance, sustainable development stands on three pillars: economic, environmental, and social. So think about it like this. Let's say you want to build a new factory. Well, that's good for the economy, right? Creates jobs. But it could be really bad for the environment because of pollution, and it might displace a local community, which is a big social issue. The real challenge is finding a way to advance one pillar without harming the others. And that's why the single most important principle of sustainable development is integration. It means breaking down the walls between these pillars. It means every economic decision has to consider its environmental and social impact.
Every environmental policy must consider its economic and social effects. This deep integration is what separates true sustainability from just business as usual. So, we've seen the flawed mindset of the past, the global scale of the challenge, and the tools we have to build a solution. The goal is clear: a sustainable future. And that leaves just one final crucial question: what will be your contribution?